This is Danny Gallagher, Process for Growth Consulting. In this presentation, we will try to answer this question. Can we execute a collaborative discovery? And what do we even mean by collaborative? High net worth clients have been very clear that they want us to work with them collaboratively, and it's up to us to figure out what they mean by that. So after a lot of thought and speaking with my clients and a lot of work, this is the process that we came up with. Discovery is the second part of our process and where we actually start the process of understanding our clients' needs and goals, eliciting enough personal and financial information to develop a wealth strategy. It is also where we introduce ourselves and our process. FAs have different strategies to gather this information, which we're not going to discuss in this video, but rather we will concentrate on developing a front-end engagement process so the prospect can tell us in their own way their needs and goals. I would like to point out here that the first two client touch points are strictly our ability to communicate. We need no financial skill sets up to this point. After discovery, it is critically important, but until the prospect speaks, it is all about our ability to communicate effectively. High net worth clients, by definition, have more complex strategies that may entail using experts from multiple disciplines. We should think more of building pop-up teams, an assortment of experts coming together to meet the needs and goals of the client that were identified through discovery. Starting a conversation where we can ask 50, 60, 70 very personal financial questions is difficult at best. No one, not one of our prospects, feel comfortable talking about their personal fears and desires with a stranger. So how do we assist them so they can feel comfortable in relaying in a collaborative manner? The process can start with a brief initial discussion that there are buckets that the client can identify, and we can then suggest a couple of initial buckets like liquidity or children's education. Using one piece of printer paper, we can divide each bucket the prospect tells us under either a need or a goal. As the process unfolds, we can zero in on different possible buckets, but for now, we can just turn the paper over. On the opposite side of the paper, we can draw an XY axis, risk and time. Then ask the prospect, how much capital are they willing to commit and how much risk do they want to take for each bucket? The prospect has now set out his needs and goals, how much capital they're willing to commit, and what risk level they are willing to take, and how much time they have to meet their needs and goals. We have not guessed or surmised, by rather we ask and were informed by the prospect collaboratively. Now we can ask for all the backup documentation. Once acquired, we can move to the next phase of a collaborative investment process. In our next video, we will discuss and go over how to build collaboratively a portfolio with our prospect, but we are going to skip to the end of the process to reverse aggregation. To start, we solve for each need and goal individually. Like liquidity, what are our options? CDs, money market fund, treasuries? Each need and goal becomes a mini portfolio. Then we can use aggregation software to build our overall portfolio to understand our risk-adjusted returns. Collaboratively engaging the prospect client and identifying their needs and goals, and then building mini portfolios designed specifically for each need and goal, allow us to move away from performance portfolio to meet your needs and goals. Our reviews will now be centered on how each mini portfolio is meeting the stated need and goal. We are no longer to be judged in the performance of a balanced portfolio, which we can never win, but rather on our ability to solve our clients' needs and goals. Next, we will discuss a collaborative investment strategy. Thank you for listening.